The Sidewalk Steam Show is filmed before a live studio audience.
Oh hey, welcome back to the Sidewalk Steam Show. We have a fantastic show for you today. Now before we get started, I have a very special guest for you, an owner of the coveted EGOT, John Legend. Hold on a sec. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting social distancing. We can't have guests on right now, but that's okay. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands. We're all gonna be okay. Hey, you know what? We still have an awesome show for you today. In fact, we are going to be looking at apparently it's air. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, Fun with Air. Fun with Air Part 1. Oh my goodness, wow. Production's got kind of cheap. That's okay. We're still gonna have a good time. Okay, air is pretty cool. In fact, I can use air to crush this can. Now, I've labeled this can with a D because this is dangerous. Boys and girls, you need to have adult supervision if you're gonna do this experiment at home. In fact, some of the adults might also need adult supervision to do this experiment at home. Now I'm going to turn on my burner here, and we are ready to commence Operation Can D Crush.
Delicious.
Okay, so apparently it is both too cold and too windy to film outside on the sidewalk. So we're here in our remote location just in the living room, and we'll continue our experiments. Now what I'm trying to do here is heat up the can to the point the water turns into water vapor and starts to evaporate. And I'll know this has happened when I see steam start to rise out of the top of the can. Now once it does start, I'll probably wait about 30 to 60 seconds beyond that before I continue my experiment. All right, you guys, I can see the nice little roiling steam coming out here. Are we ready to try it? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Now, you can see the results of our Can D Crush.
Divine.
Now, what happened here was, as it was heating up, this water turned into water vapor, pushing the air out of the can. Now, when I dipped it into this cold water, what happened is all that water vapor in there quickly condensed into cooler water, but there was no air left. And so the air from outside the can pushed it on the can super fast and crushed it. Hey, Altitude, sometimes experiments just don't work the way we want them to work, but that's okay. We keep trying until we get it right. Now, my next experiment is going to involve something super cool involving air and a potato. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the most powerful tools in your kitchen is a straw. I'm going to pull one of these straws out, and I'm going to show you something really cool you can do with a potato.
I am your father.
Now, I am going to attempt to thrust this straw completely through this potato. You think I can do it? Let's see. Are you ready? Producer, give me a countdown. 3 to 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, you're probably wondering how I did this. It's magic. Okay, it's not quite magic. Here's what's really happening, Altitude. Now, inside this straw is actually something you can't quite see, but something quite powerful. You guessed it, air. And if you were to cap one end of that straw, that air has nowhere to go. It condenses and becomes really solid and strong. Strong enough, in fact, you can stab it through a potato. I'm then going to take a lighter and light one end of this strip of paper. I'm then going to take a lighter and light this. All right, Moose. Now our last experiment comes as a request from one of our future Moose, Kyler. He wanted to see an egg experiment, and I have a great one for you guys to try at home. Now again, you want to have parent supervision and help while you're doing this experiment. You're going to need a glass jar, you're going to need a hard-boiled egg, you're going to need some strips of paper, and a lighter. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out one of my eggs, get my strip of paper, I'm going to light it. Nice, good flame going. I'm going to drop it in the jar, put my egg on top, see what happens. Oh my goodness! That was pretty crazy, wasn't it? Okay, here's what's happening. So I dropped that piece of paper in there, right? And the fire is burning, and it's pushing all of that hot air up and out of the jar. That's why you saw the egg kind of shaking at first. Now, once it got all the way out, what happened is the flame burned out. There's very little air left and very little air pressure, but a lot of air pressure out here, and it pushed down really hard on the egg until it's in the jar. Now, my egg exploded a bit. See if you can do it and keep that egg intact. Hey, Colorado weather, am I right? Sometimes it works with you, sometimes it works against you, but that's okay. We still had a lot of fun. Now, if you want to find the experiments from today and more, as always, you can check the Altitude website. And if you have an idea for a future episode of the Sidewalk Steam Show, please email me at my address. Hey, before we go, I've got a joke for you. Are you ready? What do you call a potato that wears glasses? A speck-tator.